I know you all, my dear viewers, if any of you have waited for this or have been viewing my channel for a bit, you know that I did a video on the Berserk. Now, it has been a hot minute since I have, I said I'd do a part 2, and it's been a hot minute since I promised that part 2. But I'm here to deliver today. I have clearly done some reading on this series, from book 1 all the way to book 3. I've collected 3 of these chunky books. Now, I will tell you that these books, with their leather-bound covers and their pretty big appearance, are not cheap. So that's why I'm here today to tell you that I have spent my dear money to continue reading the series. Now, each one of these is like 20 bucks. That's fairly expensive compared to the normal, let's say, $10 or $8 that I'll spend on what I read. But I can definitely say that it was worth it. I'm loving this. Now, before we go any further, I'm sure you all remember part 1. We were introduced to Guts, and him being the main character of the story. In the Black Swordsman arc, we learned about the God Hand and many enemies, and then we got a flashback into his childhood towards the end. And the start of this arc, after the Black Swordsman, was the Golden Age. The Golden Age is a backstory to Berserk and what's happening in it. And throughout the Golden Age, we have met many good characters. We have met Pippin, Casca, Judeu, Gaston, I think is his name, and the one character named Griffith. Now, I will definitely say, when I heard the name Griffith, I immediately went back to, isn't that the man that Guts was yelling in part 1? And he might not be. I don't know. He doesn't seem like the evil person that we saw in part 1. Then again, we don't know anything about that Griffith. That could be a different Griffith. Or it could be this exact one here, but I'm finding it sort of hard to see. But in this, Guts does not yet have his arm gone. He still has both of his arms, and he still has both his eyes. So this is definitely a younger Guts than what we saw in the Black Swordsman. And I can safely say that this Guts isn't the nicest dude either, but we can definitely see more as to why during the Black Swordsman arc, why Guts was such a dick and not really a good guy. He had definitely a childhood that is very, very rough. It was nothing to laugh about. I can safely say that. He went through a lot. Being born from, in the beginning of it, he's born from his dead mother who was hanging in a tree. That's pretty dark. That's pretty messed up. We don't know who the daddy is, but was taken in by another woman who became his surrogate mother. I think that's what you call it, or adoptive mother. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. But took him in. And later on, when he was, just a little toddler, this woman that took him in died to the plague. I'm going to assume it's the Black Plague, considering this is a fantasy situation that reminds me of medieval Europe in many ways. So I'm going to assume it's the Black Plague. Or it might not be. It could just be any type of plague that's been spreading. And Gambino, his adoptive dad, basically, took him in and started raising him as one of his own mercenaries, one of his own soldiers. Now, Gambino is not kind to Guts. As a kid, Guts was having to learn how to use a sword twice his size, which, if using such a big sword from a young age, I assume that's why Guts carries the giant dragon slayer, that huge sword, because that's what he's used to. So, his entire life he's been using swords almost as big as him or bigger than him. Which that's pretty crazy. And we also see throughout book 2 how he grows up. As he gets older, he continues to fight. He has spent his entire life fighting and earning money. And he respects Gambino a lot, even though Gambino does treat him like trash. Poor little kid Guts, man. And the little scar on Guts' nose right here was actually from Gambino when they were training one day. And Guts got in a hit and cut him. Gambino got angry and slashed at Guts with most likely full intent to kill him and not caring if he did kill him and hurt him. There are lots of things that happened that are just insane. And poor Guts is going through it. And we see, sadly, further into this, Guts is sold sold out by Gambino, not in as in given to the enemy, but sold out sexually to one of Gambino's men, Guts's. And Guts is then, well, by Donovan. And that, as horrific as it is, poor Guts explains why he doesn't want to be touched by people, and he has yelled, "Don't touch me," before. But, wow, that's definitely very messed up. And it's insane. But Guts does kill Donovan, and later on he finds out Gambino did sell him out. And Gambino is angry because Gambino has lost his leg in a battle, and he believes it's Guts' fault. So while he has become basically useless as a soldier because he has no leg, Gambino is angry and he blames Guts. He then goes to kill Guts one night in his tent, and Guts defends himself and kills Gambino. All the other men of Gambino's forces are angry and think that he just straight up murdered Gambino, so they chase after him. And then we get this beautiful panel of Guts laying down, arrow wound in him, looking at the stars. Now keep in mind, this dude's 13 at the time this is happening. That's pretty crazy. But then after that, he goes on and he continues fighting. And when he's older, he meets the Band of the Hawk, runs into them, and they try to jump him and kill him. Now, they do fail, but Griffith comes in and duels Guts and whoops his ass, badly. But then he treats Guts' wounds, and we meet all the other characters I mentioned earlier, Casca, Pippin, you know the rest. And he has a talk with Judeu, which is really good. I definitely enjoyed that part of the story when Judeu is talking about the Band of the Hawk to Guts when they meet each other. And the Band of the Hawk is definitely it is a group of mercenaries that their fighting skills are unmatched because they have not lost a single battle, is what we've been told in the story. And their skills are amazing and supreme in every way. And this Griffith dude, I do have my suspicions about him. He's a very good leader and a very charming man. His charisma is through the roof. Very high. Very, very high charisma. And I have my suspicions about him. And Casca is definitely, out of a lot of female characters I've seen, she is awesome. And I mean absolutely awesome. Talk about a warrior. She has got it. Casca is probably one of my favorite characters other than Guts so far, but I really do like Guts. It's not very often that the main character is my favorite character, because most of the time it's pretty niche to pick a main character, but Guts is an awesome main character, and I can't get enough of him. I love this story. I love Guts. But further along through this, it's definitely does get a bit somber at certain parts, and Guts is, without a doubt, a formidable warrior, and it's really nice to see him after his rough younger years making friends with the Band of the Hawk and almost like finding family. And once again, I continue to do nothing but praise the way these things are shaped. When all of them are up there on my shelf, I took them off and put them here so you can have a look at them, but they look awesome on my shelf, and I definitely want to fill my shelf up with more books and series as I go on through my life, but I want to fill it up with these things because it just looks sick up there with its Berserk and big good letters. But there is one part of it that I love too. Is the scene with Nosferatu Zod. He's definitely an interesting character, and I really hope he returns. The fight with him and Guts was so cool. And he also gave Guts a warning that a death will come that he will never escape. And, I mean, yikes, it's pretty rash. But he did so after seeing the Behelit. Another thing that has me suspicious is that Griffith has a Behelit. And, I mean, that's suspicious. Very, very suspicious. Why does he have one? And he says it's a good luck charm and all that, and it saved him from getting shot by a poison arrow too. There's a lot about Griffith that has me suspicious, but so far he's proven to be a very good leader and without a doubt just a very charismatic man. So maybe this isn't the same Griffith, but I hate to say it. I have my suspicions, but I do like this character. I think he is very intelligent, very smart, and very witty, and I do like intelligent characters. I'm a big fan of Light from Death Note and L. And Dr. Stone. I mean, all intelligent characters, and I'm big fans of them. But that is it for Berserk Book 2. Definitely, things are berserking. I've been berserking like crazy. I love this. If you all would like a part 3 to the series, let me know. Other than that, that is it for this video. If you all enjoyed, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy, leave a dislike. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe. And that is it.